Hello folks, this is Tom from anti-proton.com, and as you can see, I just got my new Inspector EXP. Actually, that rhymes. I wanted to take a moment to compare the Inspector EXP with my older Geiger counter, the CRM-100. First, the EXP in this case has what's called an extreme boot added to it. I have a rubber band around the outside. I should point that out first. I put this rubber band on, and I did it so that when I play around with the actual unit right here, it tugs against the band first before tugging against the instrument. That's a personal add-on. The second personal add-on is this extreme boot, which is this rubber part right here. It has a place in the back that you could pop open. I'm not going to try to pop it open, but it pops open if you have a regular inspector that has the detector here in the back, but I don't like it in the back, which is useful in the back, mind you, but I prefer it to be on the wand. And it has, of course, instrumentation right here. It has a positive and negative for setting and a set button if you want to set the timer, which is right here, which is very similar, of course, to the CRM, which has the same basic setup, but look at the little tiny. Look at the really big. Yes. I bought this, I got it today, with the Extreme Boot from GeigerCounters.com. I got the SE International little card here. You can send it to their calibration database, which I will be doing, because I intend to have my unit fully and officially calibrated, both of them every single year, because, well, I like to have really accurate readings. It came with this little certificate of conformance, saying that my unit is, well, accurate and fully calibrated, which is good. I can even put this little sticker on it, which I will, which pretty much tells me where things are going and what they're going to do. Alrighty. This little case thing came with it. You're supposed to put this unit inside of this, and then it velcros onto the back of that. I am not going to do that because I don't like carrying it around that way. I like having the probe out by itself. That's part of the reason I bought the unit in the first place like I did. But for today, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put them against the same source and check them and see how sensitive they are. Now, as you can hear, I take potassium pills and put the Geiger counter over them. It's pretty sensitive, whereas the other one was not. We are about to see, though, just how much more sensitive the Inspector EXP is and whether it's worth the difference in cash. And let me tell you, there's a difference. Big difference. I think it's worth it, but we're going to find out. And here's how we're going to test it. Alright. We are going to take the Geiger counter. So let me cut this one to off, sound-wise. And what we're going to do, let me move this one out of the way here, is we are going to test them against a source. Now, I don't have a normal source like most people have. Most people have like a cesium-137 source disc or something. I'm actually thinking about buying a polonium-210 source disc, but I don't have one right now. I'm going to use just a plain old package of light salt. It's an interesting test, too, because the light salt is hard to detect. So I'm placing it, see this little groove right here? It's hard to see on my camera. I have a new camera, but it's not very good at focusing. I might have to get another one, but regardless. So I put the bag right here, and I'm not going to move it. You all can see, so that I'm putting it here so you all can look back on it later on if you want, because I'm going to stop this. It takes too long otherwise. Then you can like compare and see whether or not I faked it or changed the results or whatever. I'm going to take this pencil, and I've already tested this, as you can see right here on the table. But I'm going to make a mark of here. Oops. Here and here. I've already made the mark once, but I'm going to make it again. I'm going to call this one A and B. You see that A and that B? I hope you can see them. Well, anyway, A is where the check source is going to be. In my case, it is a bag of potassium chloride salt. And when we are sitting here looking in line with it, it looks like it's right on the line. I'm not going to touch this. I'm going to take the Geiger counter, and I'm going to place it so that the Geiger window, see the little tube right here, is going to be right to the line. So that's what was that, a centimeter's distance or so, give or take? and we're going to compare the two and see. We're going to give them a 10-minute count and see what we get in 10 minutes. That's not a very long count, but it's just for basic dramatization. While the two of them are working, I'm going to take, while this one is working, I'm going to take the inspector outside and show you a few interesting little sources with it. Of course, in reality, I'm shooting this all over a period of time and then compiling it together, but it'll seem as though that's what we're doing at the same time. So hold on for just a moment. We shall see. Alrighty, fresh change of batteries in the camera. There's the CRM-100. My normal background is 14 with this unit, but I'm not going to take into account normal background right this moment. I'm going to take total reading. Besides, I don't have the background computed for my Inspector EXP anyway. Not yet. I have that right on the wire. Let's move it away, see the little line? But let me make sure I have this thing set correctly. We're going to put it on time to total. I've adjusted with the plus and minus to 10 minutes. I will press the set button and immediately push this against this, well, almost to it where the line is, and we'll come back and see where we are in 10 minutes. Let's get this set up. So the tube is right there, pointed directly at the center. There it goes. Now I'm going to leave it alone so I don't affect the results too much with my body. Moving around causes static, and static attracts and repels alpha particles, all kinds of other random little strange things. That's why when you move a Geiger counter suddenly it makes it tick tick tick. Anyway, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Alright, it is nighttime outside, and I thought I would show you. From what I can tell so far, though I don't have my baseline set, it looks like 28 to 48 seems to be about where I am with this unit. 36 right this moment. I don't really know what my background is yet. Anyway, I thought I would show you while that's in there ticking away in 10 minutes the kind of readings I get off my brick. Thought you might get a kick out of this. This is the brick in my house. Well, my apartment actually. Oh, there's a good piece. It's brick, so it's kind of supposed to do this. It's just always creepy to see it. Oh, there's a good piece. That's where I want to live. Yep, that's my brick. So you all can see, it's a standard brick wall here in my apartment, so I am getting my readings. Oh, not very much. Oh, no, there we go. Wherever I go here. A lot of people I see will put their Geiger tube right on top of like a specific spot, and you can't tell like if they have something hidden underneath there or not. But as you can see, everywhere I go, I get the high readings. Except for that spot right there. Ah, there we go. If I pull back all of a sudden, nothing. Well, not nothing, but not as much. There it goes, it's dropping. It's dropping. Alright. Now I wonder what a 40-pound bag of potassium light salt that you buy for your water purifier, I wonder what that's like. Let's see. Alright. We're almost done with our 10-minute count. Here is a bag of, let's see, what is this? Potassium chloride salt for, potassium chloride salt for water substitute. It's just a bag. Just light salt. Let's see what kind of things we get. We're already at 1670 outside here. Let's put this here. Yeah, buddy. Apparently, light salt does the trick. I'm thinking I really love this inspector. Here, let's put this down for a second. And let's stick our hands in the bag. Because we're not afraid of potassium salt, right? Let's get out a couple choice pieces. Now, I think you can all agree that this is nothing but a potassium salt. Here, let's take it and we will throw it randomly to the ground. And then push it together. That way I can't have like, no. Wait, let's make it even better. Let's take a spot. Put the Geiger counter over here. We're getting 72, 66. The counts are dropping. Put it right over top. 64, 66, 62. You get the point, right? Now, see that spot? Light salt. Just light salt. Geiger counter again. You get the point. Amazing stuff, isn't it? Alright, well, let's go back and see if our count is done. Alrighty, we're back here. We finished while I was outside playing with brick in my Geiger counter. And in a 10-minute count, you can see it's blinking but not counting anymore. I got 284 counts. Dividing that by 10 is very simple. 284 divided by 10 is 28.4. So, using my sticky notes, I use these at work. So I went to Staples and I got a deal on a whole bunch of these things. So I've been using it at home too. Although the ones I got at Staples, I was able to get the Staples, the kind I got were like this. They're, you know, the tear off of the tops. The goofy ones I have at work are like a Jacob's Ladder. They're sort of annoying. Alright, 20. I really should use my tripod for this. 28.4. Alright. 28.4 counts per minute. It's poorly written. I'll write it better in a minute. Stick this on you. And let's move you away over here. So you're far away. I will take the awesome inspector. Look at that. Look at that humongous thing. We will crank the sound up so we can hear. I think we already can see who the winner is, but we will officially test it. I think it probably even picks up the brick. Yep, it's picking up the brick. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Oh yeah, that's quite sensitive. Just out of curiosity before we test this, what will the potassium bottle be like? Potassium chloride bottle from the store. Not too much. The plastic's probably actually attenuating a pile of it, but regardless. Let's set it up for the test, because we can't have fun forever. We will get rid of the pen and paper, move them out of the way, and set this thing up. Give me just alrighty, I have this set. I put it on a timer, and then I went over here to the switch and flipped the switch to set, which is in the middle. And now all I have to do, I believe, is flick the switch over to on, and it should work. I've never actually set the timer on this one before, but I think it's about the same as the CRM-100. So now let me take this and put it over here. You should be able to immediately hear. There's the lines, the line. Line it up with that line. So it's right over top. Yeah, that's about right. There. So it's the same distance. I think we already know who the winner is. We'll cut the sound off so I don't wake everyone up. And press the start thing to on. Holy crap, look at that. Let's take a guess who the winner is. But regardless, I will be back in 10 minutes to see if the CRM can beat the Inspector EXP. think actually we'll be crossing the CRM's 284 count that it did in another 10 or 20 seconds actually. Oh my god, that's failing for my poor CRM-100. It's just isn't doing it. Okay, great. Alright, it's been almost 10 minutes. Oh my god. Let's turn the sound up so we can hear this with a little sound. No weird samples, no check source disk or anything. Let's cut the sound down. There. Alright, so now the count is frozen at 2552. Oh my god. Yeah, let's write that down. Okay. 2552. 2552. Yeah. Let's divide by 10. Put the mark right here. So 255.2 counts per minute, as opposed to the CRM's 28. Let's write that in big letters and put both Geiger counters together. Let me put this down. Put this right here where you can look at it yourself while I write it down quickly. 28.4 and 255.2. Now, and I have that written down. Let's put both Geiger counters together. Let's cut off their timer functions. There. Let's put their stickers on them, which say what they put out, and you can look at them both, and you can be the judge. $255.2, 28.10. That is almost a 10-fold difference. Let's see if that's really true. That right on, stick it right on. It's not even close. Now it is directly touching it. I have a fruit fly. Where did that come from? Oops. Let's cut the volume off of this one so you can hear this one. I mean, it's Texan. But not like that one. And that's directly touching it. I wonder what would happen if I took this one and directly touched it. Directly touching it, looks like it goes up a little. So anyway, you sort of get the point. It's probably about a 10 times difference. Let's cut the sound back onto this one. About a 10 times difference. Now, operationally, this one is supposed to be about 3 times more than this. And for many objects, it probably is. In this case, for my potassium salt, as you see, it was actually 10 times different. And the inspector also has some other benefits, too. Let's move this out of the way. When taking these granite slabs, for example, these are both granite countertop pieces. Cutting the sound off of this one for a minute, you see that we're down to similar numbers here. It's double. Let's turn the sound onto this. Actually, it is on. You just don't hear it because it's not doing anything. And let's see what we get off of the granite. 19, 60, 70. Okay, let's try something else. Let's cut this sound off so we don't hear it. I'll move this out of the way, and we will get this piece of granite. Now let's put the tube away over here, or turn it so it's not pointed at it. And let's take this piece and stick this on top of it. See what we get. 15. Wow. That's amazing. But not really. It's like amazing would be, but not. Let's turn it like this and see. I think we're picking up more gamma than anything else. Okay, well you get the point. We're not getting much of anything. 15, 16. Let's turn this one on. Now keep in mind 36 is pretty standard for this thing. Let's put this over top of this, and we will see what we get here. See what I mean? As you can see, this guy is more sensitive by far. The moral of the story is that a Geiger counter's role in life is detecting radiation. Yeah, it can measure radiation in microsieverts and stuff like that, but its real point, the real thing it's supposed to do, the real reason they were built, is for counts per minute, or if you want to be using the SI units, it's counts per second, but regardless, counts, that's the point. You rarely know exactly what your source is going to be, so counts, that's what it's all about. And the CRM is a wonderful Geiger counter to serve me well for months, and I will continue to use it for radiationnetwork.com, for example. But this guy right here, if you're going to buy a Geiger counter, I would recommend getting a digital inspector series. The regular inspector has a Geiger tube on the bottom. My version, the EXP, a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth it, has a Geiger tube in your hand. See? And it's easy to hold with its little grip right here and these little unscrewing cables right here. You can move it right along, detect surface contamination. I will be using it to sample my tea and various other things pretty soon, but you look at the count rate and you kind of like, see the difference. But anyhow, this has been Tom from anti-proton.com, and I will post some more videos when I have a chance to get a background count of my house with the new one, and test some more things to make sure everything is in order. Also, I'm going to be testing tea again with the more sensitive unit to see what I get. I'll be retesting and reshooting pretty much every video I have with the better camera, although I'm going to have to get a little bit better about the way I use the camera. I think sitting farther back and zooming in is what I need to do, but we'll test that. So this has been Tom from anti-proton.com, and bye-bye.